What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the latest Liverpool transfer news video, and in this video we will talk about a lot of things, but the main topic is Philippe Coutinho, because finally Jurgen Klopp spoke out about the Coutinho transfer, so make sure to watch this video closely if you want to hear all about it. And also we will have other Liverpool transfer news in this video, so if you guys enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like. It takes a second and it really helps me out, and to turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news. And we already have some huge transfer videos lined up for tomorrow as well, so stay tuned for that. And Jamie Carragher recently spoke out and praised Coutinho in the English media, and this is what Jamie Carragher said: "I still think that Liverpool could add a creative player. They tried to sign one last season in Nabil Fekir. He's actually gone this summer for a lot cheaper, joining Real Betis for another for about 20 million euros. And I think I will make a video on that later, maybe tomorrow, because I want to dedicate a whole video on how on earth did Real Betis end up with Nabil Fekir when he was available for a lot less than last summer. And that just proves that Liverpool really wasn't a fan of signing Nabil Fekir for any amount of money, with the knee problems that occurred, that they discovered during the medical. So it must have been pretty serious for Liverpool to not even sign Nabil Fekir this summer for like 20 million pounds or something like that. And this is what Jamie Carragher said, and I quote: "I said it before, I would love to see Liverpool bring Coutinho back if that was possible in any way. Obviously it hasn't worked out for him at Barcelona. I just think that would be a great addition for Liverpool. You've got Adam Lallana and Shaqiri in those positions, but they are not Coutinho. He would give Liverpool something that they don't have compared to Manchester City." And I agree with Jamie Carragher, but the problem is that Liverpool right now doesn't want to spend a crazy amount of money on new players, and probably it would take a crazy amount of money to sign Philippe Coutinho, because Barcelona made him available for like 107 million pounds, that's 120 million euros. And Jurgen Klopp recently, who spoke in the media, he recently has said that basically bringing Philippe Coutinho back to Anfield this summer is pretty much impossible, because he said that it's not a year for a big money signing. And I'm really sad to hear that, but I kind of understand Liverpool spending 250 million pounds in the past 18 months on transfers. Liverpool are not in a position to keep blowing that amount of money every single transfer window on players. But this is what Jurgen Klopp said, and I think this is very important. And I quote Jurgen Klopp here. He said this: "In general, Philippe Coutinho helps each team in the world, still 100%. That's what Jurgen Klopp told ESPN. "It's not about that. I like Phil. I think he's a fantastic footballer and all that stuff. But it would be a big money signing, and it's not our year for that at Liverpool. It's just not possible. As I said, having him would make each team better, Liverpool included, but I really hope that he finds his luck at Barcelona. Or maybe he found it there. We have contact, but not that close contact that I know exactly how he is doing, but the rest is only newspaper talk and stuff like that. If everything was true what the newspapers write about me, wow, if it's similar to what they write about me, I would say he's completely happy at Barcelona and wants to sign a new 6-year contract or whatever." So Jurgen Klopp here implies that newspapers lie complete lies about complete lies about Jurgen Klopp himself. But I'm sure that with Coutinho coming out himself saying that he was very disappointed with his season, he had a terrible season and he was pretty much unhappy at Barcelona, and the way the fans booed him, I think there were some truths, and also the Jurgen Klopp and also Coutinho's agent Yorapchan buttering up Liverpool in his comments, saying that Coutinho still has Liverpool in his heart. I think that the newspapers were right saying that if Coutinho wanted to move to Barcelona, Liverpool were one of the possible destinations, because in the Premier League he would pretty much only go to Liverpool, and there are, you know, not many players suited more to play at Liverpool than Coutinho himself, having had a pretty successful 5-6 years at Liverpool already. And Jurgen Klopp was asked whether Klein's long-term 6 months ACL injury influences Liverpool's transfer dealings, and he said none whatsoever. And Jurgen Klopp is always not a fan of signing players just to fill gaps caused by injury, because when Klein comes back in 6 months, he will be ready, hopefully, to play in the first team. So there is no point really signing a backup right back. Maybe Joe Gomez can play at right back behind Trent Alexander-Arnold as a backup, and also we have Kiana Hoover and other players who could play as a right back. So I think that it's very sad that Jurgen Klopp pretty much ruled out Liverpool going for Coutinho, but it's understandable because Liverpool are pretty close to a few transfers according to the newspapers. I will have more on that later tomorrow, but Mundo Deportivo are reporting that Barcelona will only accept a 120 million euro bid if any club wants to buy Coutinho. That's their asking price, which is just too much. Right now Liverpool want to spend some money on players, but not that amount of money, and I think that probably Jurgen Klopp is right not bringing in Coutinho, because I'm not sure if Coutinho would be worth that amount. I mean, when we sold Coutinho for 140 million, I knew that he was not worth that amount. And even 100 million, Coutinho is not worth that amount. You could argue that if Coutinho would guarantee Liverpool winning the Premier League next season, it would be worth 100 million to spend on, but it's not a guarantee. Man City are so strong that even with Coutinho coming in, Liverpool are not guaranteed to win the Premier League. So that's pretty much the case right now. And I, as sad and as upset that I am with this transfer news, I can understand why Jurgen Klopp doesn't want to spend this amount of money, because it's just crazy that a player like Coutinho, he's a very, very good player, but he's not worth £100 million in my opinion. The other reason why I'm optimistic that Liverpool are working on a transfer is that Liverpool have opened talks with Newcastle and Aston Villa over Harry Wilson's transfer. According to Sky Sports News, Harry Wilson is 22 years old. He has at the moment a very good reputation in English football because he scored 18 goals and 6 assists. He got 6 assists for Derby County, as well as 18 goals for Frank Lampard in the Championship, and Derby County were this close to actually getting promoted to the Premier League. And according to the Mirror, Klopp pretty much told Wilson that he will get an opportunity at Liverpool if he decides to stay, but if he wants to go, pretty much Liverpool are open to selling him, because right now we would get 20-25 million pounds for him. But if he sits on the bench, I mean, we won't really get a big money move next summer for Harry Wilson, and I really would love to see Harry Wilson succeed at Liverpool. I will be honest, guys, I'm pretty much in the camp that I want Nicolas Pepe to join Liverpool, and that would be a huge transfer deal. And I think if it has to come down to this, that if Liverpool has to sell Harry Wilson to fund that transfer and also to make room in the squad for Nicolas Pepe, I'm all for it, because Nicolas Pepe is a huge talent, and I think he's a better player than Harry Wilson right now. And I ultimately want what's best for Liverpool. I want Liverpool to have as strong a squad as possible next season, so we can attack the Premier League title race and we can hopefully overcome Manchester City, which is a huge challenge. And at the moment, Liverpool's stance is that they will not loan Harry Wilson out again. So either we sell him permanently right now, or he stays at Liverpool as a squad player. And I think that's good. I think Harry Wilson showed that he's a good player already at Derby County. He developed there very well, but we shouldn't keep loaning him out. Either he stays and fights for his place and gives Liverpool squad depth, or he goes to Newcastle or Aston Villa if I were Harry Wilson, I would want to stay at Liverpool, but if Liverpool signed Nicolas Pepe, then if I was Harry Wilson, I would go to Newcastle. I think Newcastle are a great club. They just signed Joelinton from Hoffenheim for £40 million. I was actually pretty surprised because Newcastle broke their transfer record with that deal. They usually don't spend that amount of money, and Joelinton scored like 11 goals for Schalke for Hoffenheim, I think, in the Bundesliga. So he could be a good striker for Newcastle, and Harry Wilson could complement him and also the Newcastle attack if he decides to go there. But Liverpool, according to the Express and the Mirror, will demand as much as £25 million for Harry Wilson, who will seemingly have the final say over his future. So I think it will be up to Harry Wilson himself to decide whether he wants to stay at Liverpool and fight for his place, or whether he wants to move to either Newcastle or Aston Villa. And Jurgen Klopp gave a brilliant interview on the US tour of the pre-season of Liverpool. He said this: "I enjoy it, yes, personal contact is always good. It keeps you alive. Life is always about relationships, even if it's only for a few seconds. We have heard some funny stories. A couple from Toronto who were pretty busy have flew over to see us. That's nice. Elvis Presley was here at training in Boston. All kinds of people. I like that. It's no problem." Jurgen Klopp pretty much admitted that this very close-up access that the fans enjoy over in the US is not as readily available for fans who live closer to Liverpool. And this is what he said: "I'm pretty sure people back in England wonder why we don't do that there, and it's not possible to organize. We tried it last year with the last friendly game against Torino at Anfield, family tickets, and it was really nice to sign things after the game. This year we didn't have time to do it. We wanted to do it. We wanted it after the Schalke game, but it didn't work out. We had to cancel it, but we will try to do these things again." Just my comment: it's because Liverpool have 2 additional games at the start of the season, the Community Shield final, the European Super Cup final, so there is just no time in between the training camps in the USA, in France, and then the start of the season. And Jurgen Klopp continued with this: "We want to be close to the fans, but it's not always possible as we have to work as well. The main job we have isn't signing shirts, but we want to do it as often as we can. I don't know where we are going next year, but I'm fine with all the options as long as it's properly organized. I am in." We have to use the information from last season. We had games where we had issues and we could have done better. Look at the Dortmund game. We conceded 2 goals from set pieces. We didn't train them. We have to make sure the things that we were good at last season, such as defending set pieces, we are good at again this season, and the things we were not good at, we will have to improve. We will not use it in this sense of showing videos from the Barcelona game than when we play any other team. I know the boys know, so I don't have to remind them. We have to write the next chapter of the book of this special team. They are special. It's so difficult to get from a situation where I came in to the situation where we are now. It was no problem for me because I was the new one and people could say everything I did was right and what the others did was wrong, but that's how football always works. I'm so happy for the players that they could really show up and put it right. It's really great. And yes, Liverpool fans should put everything in perspective. When Jurgen Klopp came in, Liverpool were a team languishing in outside of the top 4. We were a team just fighting to be relevant again in Europe, fighting to be relevant again in the Premier League. We were not even in the Premier League title race regularly. We were not even in the Champions League regularly. We weren't even in the competition regularly. And now, with Jurgen Klopp, we are regularly in European finals. We had 3 European finals already with Jurgen Klopp in just 4 short years, which is an incredible development. Honestly, I'm pinching myself thinking about it, that every time we entered Europe, we went to the final and we won it in Madrid in a famous Champions League final, and I'm just so happy that this Liverpool team finally got the glory, the big trophy that it deserves. But this is just the first step, and I think Liverpool if they make the right things, the right moves next, Liverpool can win a lot of trophies in the next 3 years, at least when Jurgen Klopp is still here. So come on, let's do it. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.